welcome back to another episode of Talking Toku, Boston's only podcast about Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman, and all their other kaiju friends. I am your host, David Scrivani.
I'm your co-host, Brian Kershaw.
And Brian? I think we'll keep our main topic secret again until we get right into it. So let's talk about the news first.
Okay.
Do you have any news, Brian, this time after I gave you crap about not having news last time?
I don't have any news, but I do have an update.
Oh, you have an update.
I did not read the comic yet.
Oh my God.
It's
been 4 weeks, Brian.
If the audience is going to get to know us, they need to know that I'm flaky as hell. But I did end up replaying Godzilla PS4.
Okay.
And it is just...
Hey, we got to save that for our what cool new kaiju thing are you checking out right now segment at the end of the show.
I forgot that was a segment we did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll talk about that later. Don't worry.
No news.
No news. Well, I got some news for you.
Okay. Oh, you know what? No, I did get the Daimajin set.
Oh, you know what? Talk about that, because I totally forgot to write anything down about that.
I mean, I don't know any of the details about it. You just sent me the link to it, and I was like, I love those movies, and I'm going to buy it.
I sent you the link.
All I saw was that it was a box set, and it had really good art, and I was like, I want that.
Well, you know what? I will bring up Arrow Video's Facebook page, and we'll talk about this.
Oh, that's right. It's Arrow Videos.
It is Arrow Video, who have been absolutely knocking it out of the park.
Like, you told me that they may or may not be doing this box set, and I was like, well, I want the movies, so I got like the I don't know, the regular Blu-ray from like a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gave it to me for my birthday.
I did.
And I was like, oh, thanks. And then you said, well, they may be coming out with a box set. And I was like, oh, well, why did I get this?
So officially, to talk about our new segment, Arrow Video just announced that they are going to be doing a limited box set for the Daimajin trilogy, which of course includes Daimajin, Return of Daimajin, and Wrath of Daimajin. For anyone who doesn't know, the Daimajin films are downright incredible. They're essentially Kurosawa samurai films, but also if you threw a giant rampaging demon god into the mix as well.
They are metal as hell.
They really
Especially
are.
the conclusion to the first movie.
Yeah, definitely. And back when, was that last year? Yeah, last year when Arrow put out that really awesome Gamera set, I was like, man, between this and the Bloodthirsty trilogy, it'd be really cool if Arrow could do a Daimajin set, because for anyone who doesn't know, back in like 2011, I want to say, Mill Creek, who have been putting out the Ultraman releases, they did a Daimajin set. It was admittedly bare bones, but it's been super, super out of print ever since. I was lucky enough to find a copy for $50 that I gave to Brian for his birthday this year.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And now you spent more money on it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It was 70, 60?
65 on the website I used, and I think it's the same one you used because that's the link I sent you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to have a bunch of cool new stuff. You know, there's going to be a big collector's book with a bunch of essays from people like Keith Aiken, Ed Godzisuski, Eric Hominick, people I know. You probably don't know them.
No.
A bunch of commentaries and all kinds of fun stuff. Just like the Arrow Gamera set, our good pal Matt Frank is doing the art, and it looks phenomenal because he's doing that kind of feudal Japan look that he did for the first issue of Godzilla Rage Across Time, which is just gorgeous.
I've seen that before.
It's so gorgeous, and I know he really likes drawing in that style. So I'm happy that they're just letting him go nuts on it.
Well, that's like the coolest art style.
It absolutely is, especially with giant monsters.
You cannot argue with me.
Yeah, no, God no.
Saying to the audience, not Dave, because Dave agrees with me.
I do, yeah. So
yeah, don't fight me on this, audience.
All right,
I have all the power here.
Our next episode is going to be the Talking Toku debate show.
Oh, okay.
People can just
Who's
debate
debating me? I'm just gonna get a call in.
We're gonna get a call in.
Okay. We can do that.
But yeah, the Arrow Daimajin set is currently available for pre-order. You can get it We got it at diabolicdvd.com. That's where I usually get my Arrow stuff, and yeah, just mostly just Arrow stuff.
Yeah.
But they're a good site. And
It took me like 30 seconds to order it.
Yeah, no, and they usually, I in my experience, Arrow's really good at shipping. Like, I'll get it like a week before it's supposed to officially release because they're so good about that kind of stuff.
What is the official release date? Because I saw it was a pre-order.
What is the official release date? That's a good question.
Yeah, thinking of all the information we need here for
I know,
for our
our
loyal
lovely viewers.
our loyal viewers.
This isn't a video. This is a podcast.
Yeah,
What am I talking about?
or listeners, or yeah,
I know it's in July, but what day in July?
4th of July. God bless America.
That'll be a good day to celebrate. A good thing to celebrate 4th of July. Watching
Yeah,
a samurai film with the giant statue god.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Better than watching like The Patriot or some other dumb movie.
July 27th is the release date that Diabolic is giving me.
Okay,
So,
all right, it's pretty soon.
yeah, I would,
Soonish.
if you want to get it, I recommend doing it now because it is a limited release, and judging by the fiasco that Arrow caused with their Gamma release, where a number of people, yourself included, Brian,
Yep.
pre-ordered it and got their order just kind of canceled because Arrow was unaware of how enthusiastic people were going to be about Gamma and did not make enough copies of it.
I pre-ordered it on 2 different sites, one of them being Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I never got any word that it was being shipped to me other than
Yeah.
payment processing.
Yep.
And then one day they canceled off of one site. I tried it on Amazon, and then it never went through.
Well, Arrow has like the normal editions of the Gamma set now.
Yeah, but one of the special ones.
The special ones, you're never getting that. I'm sorry.
No, I know. I just wanted
You're
it.
never getting it.
For the all the listeners out there who are interested, I'm moving, so I'm looking for stuff to put in my living room.
So you just want a big, nice Gamma set to put on display.
I want a bunch of stuff. I want so many things.
I guess I can't blame you for that.
I'm gonna get a Shaquille O'Neal cutout, steal it from Staples, and bring it to my living room.
That's a good investment.
Yeah.
More in the news. The release date for Godzilla vs. Kong on Blu-ray has apparently leaked, thanks to Target.
Already?
Apparently, according to Target's web store, there's a release date for June 15th, which is kind of soon. I'm a little surprised whether or not.
Before the Dimension set?
Apparently,
It took like a long time for these movies to come out on Blu-ray before.
I mean, it's usually like 3 months ish.
Yeah, but usually their theatrical runs are much longer.
That's also true. So I don't know.
So this is weird.
It is weird. This is just a leak. It may not even be accurate. I have no idea if we'll actually see it. But
Okay.
I mean, hey, if it is, I'll buy it day one just to satisfy my dumb completionist sense when it comes to Godzilla.
I'll definitely feel better about it as a purchase than I did about King of the Monsters.
Agreed.
I literally tried to find the dumpiest copy of it because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on it.
I don't know if you've heard about this because I specifically didn't mention it to you because I wanted to talk about it on the show. Have you heard that there's talks moving forward to continue the MonsterVerse?
I did actually hear about that.
Adam Wingard's in talks to come back.
You know what? Okay. I think I've let the movie marinate a bit, and I definitely know what you were saying on the King of the the Godzilla vs. Kong podcast or episode. I mean, so yeah, if they can make the movies have a little bit more substance, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like they might because do you know what the potential way they're going is?
They're getting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to be the main character.
No, so there's a potential title going around. Son of Kong.
Oh,
We might actually be getting a Son of Kong reboot.
yeah, but are we gonna get Mecha Kong?
I don't know. That'd be cool. We could
That'd
get
be-
Mechanic Kong. I've still never seen King Kong Escapes.
Should watch it.
It's one of those movies that's hard to find in the States because
I'm sure
well,
we can find a way.
it's the same thing with King Kong versus Godzilla, where the Japanese version is incredibly difficult to find.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Thankfully, I have a website that does really like high end bootlegs of various kaiju movies.
Just casually saying, yeah, I bootleg movies.
I mean, I talked about last time how I snuck in to see Ready Player One, so
true, but no one cares about that movie.
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Going back to Gamera for a second, on a more melancholy note, legendary composer Shinsuke Kikuchi has passed away at the age of 89. In addition to scoring the likes of anime like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, more in the realm of tokusatsu, Kikuchi also did the theme song to the original Kamen Rider, as well as Gamera vs. Giron, Gamera vs. Jiger, Gamera vs. Zigra, and Gamera Super Monster. Not only has the anime world lost a legend, so has the tokusatsu world, and it's a shame. I mean, between you and me, those last 4 Gamera movies are kind of not great, but their music is very, very good. So it's a shame. Rest in peace, Shinsuke Kikuchi.
Rest in peace.
You will be missed, of course. And last thing in the news today, which just got announced a couple of days ago, and I'm really, really excited about it. Do you know who Yuji Kaida is, Brian?
Maybe.
Yuji Kaida he's an artist, and he's one of the 3 Godzilla Generations artists. Every so often in Japan, Toho will put up an art exhibit in various places with the Godzilla Generations artists, and those 3 artists are Noriyoshi Orai, who did all the posters for the Heisei films, as well as Godzilla 2000. No, not 2000. Godzilla versus Megaguirus and Godzilla Final Wars. Shinji Nishikawa, who did all the concept art for most of the Heisei and Millennium films, and then Yuji Kaida as well, who I don't think he's done anything in any official stance, but he's a damn good artist. And it just got announced like 2 days ago from recording this that he's got an art book coming out here in the States.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the Godzilla Art of Yuji Kaida, which will feature 128 pieces of his artwork, is going to be coming out in October, I want to say.
Just in time for Halloween.
Just in time for Halloween.
More stuff to go in my living room.
I don't know how spooky any of his artwork is, but you know.
I mean, it might be.
Let's see, Yuji Kaida art. Oh, no, he has done something official. He did the Japanese poster for Kong Skull Island.
Oh, okay. I have not seen that poster.
It's a really good poster.
I will look it up.
Give me something. Here's something from Kaida. It's one of the more well-known pieces. Look at that.
I have seen that before, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kaida's a legend. He's probably like people kind of consider him like to be the greatest living kaiju artist.
All right.
And the fact that he has an art book coming out is really, really cool.
I feel like I've probably seen a bunch of his art.
You probably have, and just didn't know.
Just didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yeah.
But I'm really happy that he's got an art book coming out. I pre-ordered that immediately.
Send me the link to that.
Just like I imagine. It's just on Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon?
Yeah,
okay.
It's right on Amazon.
Okay.
But that about...
More stuff for my living room.
I know, right?
Just getting a bunch of stuff.
I don't know how big the book will be, but...
I don't know. Watch it be huge.
It's only 128 pieces of art, so probably not that big.
But like big
pages.
physically.
Okay,
yeah.
big pages.
Like legal size pages.
But that about does it for the news today, Brian, unless you have anything else to add.
Unless you count giant women as kaiju, Resident Evil 8 comes out on the 7th.
Well, by the time this episode comes out, Resident Evil 8 will already be out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're recording this on a Wednesday because I was sick on Monday.
Because Brian he wasn't strong enough to defend against the COVID vaccine.
Yeah. COVID vaccine. Yeah.
See, I got Pfizer as well, and I was fine. Just saying.
Maybe I just got a weird version of it, and it's gonna give me like powers or something.
Well, one of my friends, she got hers yesterday, as of the day of recording, and she was like, "Yeah, the guy giving me my shot has like just randomly has a fork in his pocket." I'm like, "Oh, They must have ran out of syringes. They got to use a fork to stab you with.
Wow. Wow.
So you never know. Maybe you got it from someplace sketchy.
I got it at the Heinz Convention Center from a National Guardsman.
I mean, the National Guardsmen. You never know. You never know with them.
All right. Okay. we're just gonna sit on here accusing the National Guard of something.
Listen, man, the Fitchburg State Recruitment Office keeps contacting me, and I don't want to be recruited into the armed forces.
Did you ever just tell them to stop?
I have. I got an email the other day. I'm strongly considering responding with just absolutely not and leaving it at that.
You should just be like, it's that meme where it's just like, I snort a lot of cocaine and I won't stop. And then, and then the National Guardsman replied, okay, that's fine.
I considered sending the one meme where it's like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, U.S. Army recruiter. I'm not fucking dying for some oil.
Oh man, oh that's so
a
good.
Classic.
Yeah, go look at the U.S. Army tweets and replies on Twitter because it's great.
Don't forget to check out their Twitch streams too.
Oh no, they got banned off Twitch.
Oh, did they? Okay,
they did. Yeah.
I did not know that. That's cool.
they straight up violated TOS and they got banned.
Yeah,
the
right.
United States Army got banned off of Twitch TV.
Wow.
Yeah,
simply incredible. Okay, let's get off this topic before we say anything too terrible.
Focus on the task at hand here.
Focus on our topic for today. Brian, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Howl from Beyond the Fog.
We are talking about Howl from Beyond the Fog, the downright incredible short film from Daisuke Sato, who we met briefly at G-Fest in 2019.
We did. Very cool dude.
He is, and we had the chance to see an early version of the movie, but
we missed it.
I was really upset.
We missed it. I don't even remember why we missed it.
Neither do I.
Did we do something and forget it was happening?
I don't know. I would have to go back and see if I can find the schedule for the...
Because here's the thing. We passed the room where they were showing it.
We did. And I think they were showing Attack of the Giant Teacher at the time.
Yeah, which is something I also want to see now because the trailer for that was...
Well, I have a copy of it as well, so I can lend it to you.
We should cover that in a undisclosed episode.
We absolutely should, because Attack of the Giant Teacher is fun. But we're not talking about Attack of the Giant Teacher right now. We're talking about Howl from Beyond the Fog, which, in my opinion, and I'm sure you'll agree on this, is probably one of, if not the most unique kaiju film I've ever seen. For a multitude of reasons.
It is definitely unique.
Yeah.
I really liked it, but I'm going to be straight up with you. This movie creeped me out.
Okay.
It creeped me out a lot.
It creeped you. Okay.
And I'm going to hold it for the actual discussion of everything.
Well, aren't we there right now?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm sure you want to go into plot and whatever.
Yeah, we can do plot.
Or we can talk about how this movie was made and what makes it so different.
I think we should talk about that first, because that's I think that's what sets it apart from all the other independent kaiju films, is how this film was made. So it's not your typical kaiju film. It's not. There's no, human actors. It's all done with puppets.
Yeah.
With, I want to say the term is bunraku puppets. I could be saying that wrong. Could be an entirely different term. Hope it's not. We'll see. But yeah, so everything in the movie is miniatures.
Yep.
And it looks so cool.
Yeah.
A problem a lot of kaiju movies have for me is that even with the really detailed miniatures, sometimes it's still difficult to convey scale.
Yep.
Which is something that I've been liking about the newer Hollywood adaptations, like Pacific Rim. I think does scale really, really well. That was the first time I'd seen a kaiju movie where I was like, oh, okay, these things really are this goddamn gigantic. Mm-hmm. But the way Sato, because he used puppets, and they're scaled to the same size as the creature, Nebula, you can actually feel how big the creature is. And that's a stroke of genius, I think.
I very, very quickly understood how large this monster is and, basically the scaling of the movie. For a lot of kaiju movies, you kind of have to see, for a lot of Godzilla movies, I feel like you don't really understand how tall he is because of just how it's filmed. Mm-hmm. And like you see him like next to different buildings, and like in every movie he's like a different height. So you're like, I don't know how tall he is. Like I'm just gonna take a guess. But with this movie, you very quickly understand how large this thing is and the scaling of the movie. But because they use puppets, I don't like puppets, and it creeped me out.
Oh, okay.
That is why.
Oh, interesting.
I will not deny that it is a visually striking and beautiful movie, especially like the artwork used on the cover of the movie, and then also some of the more artistic pieces in the movie. Like there is a blind character, and she sees in like weird color pastel.
Yeah, it was like watercolors. It was so gorgeous.
Think of it like how Daredevil sees, except way cooler. That stuff was all really cool, but man, puppets creep me out. Like
Interesting.
They just do.
Now, did you remember that this was all puppets going in from when he's okay?
I did, because I remember when we were at G-Fest, he was talking about why he used puppets and like the process of it. And I was like, all right, that's really cool. But at the time, I didn't think about, man, I don't like puppets.
It didn't occur to you.
But it didn't make me not like the movie. It just creeped me out.
Okay, that's interesting, because I assumed you were going to be creeped out by what happened to the girl.
Yeah. Oh no, that was
because that's really
upsetting.
Really dark.
It was upsetting.
It's very dark. So, and I've watched this movie a couple of times. I still don't know exactly why it happened, but point is, so she wasn't born blind.
Yeah.
Her aunt, I believe, stabbed her eyes out as a child,
and then threw themselves into the lake.
Yes,
where she was saved by the lake god Nebula. Or I don't even know. I mean, like they call it lake god, but it might as well be.
It might as well be, yeah, because he can disappear pretty quickly. So that seems kind of godlike to me. But yeah, no, this is you wouldn't expect this movie to be so depressing, but by God, it is. And to me, I think that's a good thing. We need more kaiju movies that like kind of play with darker themes like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was very much like a personal movie, a lot like another movie we're covering pretty soon, and it is something I appreciate, because with kaiju movies, they often cover large scale problems. Yeah, and I really like small scale personal problems in film, and I think that if conveyed properly, they are some of the best stories ever told. So with this movie and how personal it all felt, like there's like 5 characters or 6 characters in this movie,
and only like 2 of them really matter.
Yeah, so
2 or 3.
So just the small scale, like you get to know who these people are very fast, and like, sure, it's not like you don't know everything about them, but that's not what it's aiming to do. Yeah, and I think it was very well done, and I think this movie was definitely better off just being all puppets, because I don't think you could have pulled it off. Yeah,
I feel like it wouldn't have been as unique and memorable had it been just normal human actors. I think the puppets really lend itself to being something new and interesting in the realm of tokusatsu. So I'm really glad that Sato went with that. And I'm pretty sure, because I don't know if you watched the behind the scenes featurette.
I did not.
It's really good. I was not aware of this until I watched that. He was the one who did the short film adaptation of The Foghorn, which is a Ray Bradbury story, which was the original inspiration for The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I remember seeing that like when I was in middle school, and I'm like, wow, that was really cool. And I totally forgot about it until I saw this behind the scenes featurette. I'm pretty sure it was Daisuke Sato who did that. I'm like, oh, everything makes sense now, because Nebula very much looks similar to the creature in the foghorn. The roar is basically a foghorn, as it is in that short story.
I thought that was so cool.
It's such a cool sound.
Foghorns also creep me out, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that might just stem directly from The Lighthouse, but
yeah, it does. The Lighthouse gave me some kind of form of PTSD, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I can't say I blame you for that, but yeah. I want to talk about Nebula real quick, because
what a cool name.
Well, not only that, but I mean, do you remember who built the Nebula suit?
I don't, but I feel like I should because this was something at G-Fest. So
Keizo Murase, who was up until this movie retired. Dude's like in his late 60s, early 70s. He's been making suits since the 60s. He was the one who built the original King Ghidorah suit. He was the one who built the 64 Godzilla suit. I'm pretty sure he did Baragon and a bunch of the Ultraman kaiju as well. So he came out of retirement for this movie.
okay, you know what? I actually do remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he did a great job.
He did. It looks phenomenal. And I want to talk about Murase a little more. I don't know when I'll get the chance, so I'm just going to do it now. He's been trying to do his first ever directorial movie. Like, he's going to be directing this. It's based on the Yamada no Orachi legend, and I've been seeing behind the scenes pictures of it. And, oh my God, it looks incredible. Like as cool as Nebula in this movie looks, it looks leagues beyond what he did with Nebula. It is some of the most like impressive work I've ever seen. Like, just looking at the Orachi prop that they have, it's just so incredibly detailed.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll bring it up to you once we finish recording. But it looks amazing.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear.
Yeah, I hope they start up another crowdfunding campaign, because they did, and no one paid attention to it, and it didn't get funded. But I think they're going to try again. They said so.
Okay, because I'll give a $25.
Yeah, I think Sato's working with him on it too. I think they've become buddy since working on Howl, which is good.
Good.
You know, considering
some networking.
Yeah, networking. You know, Sato's a phenomenal filmmaker. Murase is a phenomenal suit maker. So and it just works.
It just works.
It just works.
The crossover, they got it right. It's not really a crossover though, because they're in the same genre.
Yeah. So I think what also makes Howl so unique is that it's a period piece.
Yep.
Because you don't really see that in kaiju movies aside from Daimajin.
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't take place in like the 16th century or whatever.
It was like 1909.
Yeah, like early 19th 20th century. Sorry. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it's really cool, and it kind of plays with the fact that you know humans are even more powerless against something like this, because there's
no tanks.
Their weaponry is way more primitive.
I think they shot them with fireworks.
Yeah, they shot them with like fireworks and like cannons. Like that's listen, if tanks and missiles aren't going to do anything, what's a firework going to do?
Nothing.
Exactly. And yeah, I think that's a really, really cool thing that I wish we saw more of in kaiju films.
Yeah, I wish there was. I mean, like that whole time period, especially like Imperial Japan, I feel like there's been a lot of missed opportunity there, because like Imperial Japan was like straight up evil. So having a rampaging monster against Imperial Japan would be interesting to see, just because everything was different then. Like the Japan we know now is nothing like.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I feel like that's a period of time that's often looked over for kaiju movies. Usually we get post-Imperial Japan kaiju movies. That's like,
which I understand, like it's kind of easier to
it makes sense, but like but like seeing just like seeing the structure of the country at the time would be interesting.
Yeah.
So because instead you have an emperor instead of a government. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, what would the imperial government of Japan do against Shin Godzilla?
I knew exactly where you're going with that too.
that would be nuts, dude.
All right, Hideaki Anno, you got to get on that. Once you're done with Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider, you got to remake Shin Godzilla, but have it set in Imperial Japan.
Yeah, in like the 1920s.
Yeah. Me and Brian will crowdfund it. All right.
Yeah. Just have me on a board of advisors.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
We could probably, we would probably get in touch with Shinji Higuchi. He seems to be pretty connected with fans.
Okay.
So we might be able to talk him into it.
Okay. Be down for that.
He'd probably be down for it.
I am dead serious though. Like I am surprised that there's not I don't know of any kaiju movies that are really set in Imperial Japan and like that, like express that.
Yeah.
Like Howl from Beyond the Fog, it technically takes place during the Imperial Japan era, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't make that known really. Like if you didn't know that, the time period and what that means, like it wouldn't matter. But yeah, I mean, like I really did like how this was set like in the early, 21st century. I thought that's really cool, or 20th century. I bet. I thought that was really cool. We don't get a lot of movies like that anymore.
So what?
Dimagine. Make more Dimagine movies, please.
Wrath of Dimagine came out in '66. I think it's been a while.
Make more.
Make more?
I want more.
Well, I mean,
what would a Hollywood interpretation of that look like?
Not good.
Yeah, I agree. It would look terrible.
Unless you got some independent director to do it, and then it might stand a chance.
Maybe. I don't know. However, going back to Howl, I actually wanted to bring up the fact that this movie's short.
It is. It's only half an hour.
And I thought that made it way better.
Yeah. I could not imagine stretching this out over to an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think that it's easy to say like, oh, this movie is so short due to budgetary reasons, but I think that that's wrong. I think this movie was short by design.
Yeah, I think they had an idea and they set out to realize that idea. They didn't want to like pad it out with useless crap.
I always appreciate when movies know how long they should be and execute on that very well, because we are in the era of movies very much padding themselves out, especially with Hollywood being the way that it is.
The old average used to be an hour and a half. Now it's like 2.5.
Yeah, thanks to Zack Snyder, it's going to be longer probably. But yeah, I really appreciated that. It's not something I usually give praise for, but that's because we don't really get many films that are aware of how long they should be.
Yeah.
Usually it's just studio being like, you need to be 2 hours plus or something, and then you get a bunch of useless garbage in the movie.
Yeah. I think the only time it felt like it was short was when Nebula started his rampage, and I realized, oh, the movie's almost over now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was it did feel like it kind of flew by in some parts, but
which is weird because it's kind of a slow burn up until that point too.
Oh yeah, it was very slow burn, and it was really strange how like they like you saw it at first and it like killed 2 people randomly, and then you saw the blind girl like communing with this thing and like being friendly to it, and then you're like, oh, so it's nice, and then some dudes just screw with it. And then it gets pissed off.
It's a giant monster. Like, people are dumb. It's a giant monster. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I was just thinking like, man, that's crazy. Like that's like such like a cut and dry kind of plot point, where usually with giant monster movies you have a larger reason why something is attacking.
Yeah.
But in this one it's just like, oh, they shot at it because they suck.
I mean, isn't that every giant monster movie basically?
Fair enough, but usually they give a bigger reason to why the monster is attacking.
Fair enough.
Like with Pacific Rim, it's like, oh, they're trying to take over the Earth. Or with Godzilla, it's like, oh, it's because he literally just hates all of humanity.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. I'm just going to look up the movie because I want to get the characters' names.
I know that the main character is
Eiji.
Eiji?
And the girl is Takiri.
Yep.
All right. I knew it was Eiji. But I do really, really like how, because you mentioned earlier how like kind of personal the movie is.
Yep.
Because I think the scene where Takiri kind of introduces Eiji to Nebula, where she's like, close your eyes and just reach your hand out. That is like, that floored me, like how incredible that scene is, because it's just so well done, and there's like the music's not even like big and bombastic like you'd think it is. It's very kind of reserved, and it's just allowing you to like experience what's happening on screen just in the exact same way the characters are. And I think that's legitimately incredible.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. That scene was standout for me. I think the visuals were really good for that scene because they're like underneath the Torii Gate, and I was like, wow, this looks really good. This looks good than most movies filmed with people.
I know, right?
Like way better.
So every movie from now on should be filmed with puppets. Just saying.
No, please no. only if it's good. Only if I can. Only if I can. Only if it's so good that I can overlook that it's being filmed with puppets.
So you wouldn't want to watch Joss Whedon's Justice League with puppets?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No. No way.
Okay, fair enough.
I really like the music in this movie.
I was going to ask you about that because one of my friends, he was kind of weirded out by the music choice during Nebula's Rampage.
I was also kind of weirded out by it, but I don't really think it bothered me too much.
It was an odd choice, but yeah, it definitely didn't bother me.
I can see why. I
don't even know how to describe the genre of music that is.
I mean, it really just, I don't know.
I'm trying to find like descriptive words, and I can't because it's such a weird sounding song.
It was weird. I don't really like. I mean, it did fit the scene, but I don't really know why they chose it. Because it has lyrics.
It does.
And like, I mean, the main theme for the movie is really good.
Yes.
Like way better than it has any right to be. But the music choice for that scene, like the Rampage scene, was weird.
Which, other than that, like the Rampage scene is incredible.
Yeah.
It's
really good.
Look, Daisuke Sato has such an eye for visuals in kaiju films, and I cannot wait to see whatever he does next, whether that be Rush of the God or something else that he directs himself. And not also the watercolor scenes, representing Takiri's memories, like.
Those were really good.
I think there was two of those scenes, right? Just the two?
I think there was there was two of them. I think one of them was smaller than the other.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like the second one kind of feels like it goes on for a little longer than it needs to.
The one where we saw what happened to her was really long. Yeah. Was long, but
like it was important to the plot. It was important for you to understand what these characters went through. So I understand why it had to be that long.
It is possibly the best use of exposition I've seen in a long time. I don't think in a lot of movies, exposition bores me, but when it's done interestingly like this, I am all for it. Like, it was super cool because like it was like herself remembering what happened to her, and like, by her remembering it, it shows us the audience. And I think that was way cool than just her talking about it. That would have been so boring.
But because it would have just been, reverse shot of just puppets. And, you can't really, because they're puppets, there's not much you can do in terms of emotion.
Yeah.
So.
And he knows that.
Yeah.
And all the something I haven't mentioned before, but like, this movie being as emotional as it is, the voice actors were super good. Like, you got every piece of emotion out of their voice that you need to understand how they're feeling and what's going on.
Yeah, like AG, he starts off like really kind of timid almost, and then by the end of the movie, he's like totally comfortable with these people and this gigantic god that's rampaging through his home. And I think you're absolutely right. I think the voice acting, even in a language that we can't even understand, I think it works out perfectly. There's because we talked about on the episode we did on Pacific Rim: The Black that people kind of gravitate more towards the original audio tracks because they can't know if the voice acting is good or bad or not. But here is one of the few examples where you can tell that they they kind of put their heart and soul into the performance, and it really makes a difference, I think.
Well, they had to. They don't have you don't have a visual way of knowing how they're feeling, so it's all audio.
Yeah.
So I think that is a huge achievement. Like, bravo to the voice, the voice work done for this movie. It was really good. It was good. It was good. That's all. That's all I gotta say. Like it was just
final word. It's good.
It was really well done. So.
It was. That about does it for Howl from Beyond the Fog. I implore you all to go check this movie out. It's not anywhere streaming, but that's okay. Please pick up a copy of the Blu-ray because the company that does it, SRS Cinema, is run by one dude who has been just pumping out a bunch of independent kaiju stuff. Yesterday, as of recording this, I got their release of Monster Seafood Wars, which I'll just let you simmer on that title alone.
Okay. Okay, sure.
I've heard one of my friends said he watched it a couple of days ago, and he said it's not good. It's not it's not great, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay,
and I'm really excited to check it out.
I do like a lot of fun.
So do I. So maybe we'll have to do an episode on Monster Seafood Wars in the future.
Okay,
but yeah, please go support SRS Cinema. They've been absolutely killing it. I think they're actually putting out a second pressing for Howl on Blu-ray.
Okay.
Because I think the first run, the one I have, that sold out very quickly. But they're doing another pressing for it. So
I'll probably pick that up.
Yeah. Might be a little pricey, but you know what? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to support independent kaiju because anyone listening to this and who has enjoyed the show thus far, you should absolutely be supporting independent kaiju films.
Yes.
Between this and between Shinbei Hayashi's Raiga trilogy and Attack of the Giant Teacher and all that kind of stuff, you should absolutely be supporting independent kaiju.
Yeah. And I mean, independent film in general.
Not independent film in general, but
we are a kaiju-focused
We're talking
podcast.
Toku. You got to support indie Toku.
Yeah, so we're all about kaiju here.
We're all about kaiju.
So support independent kaiju films.
That's your takeaway for today. Yeah. That and to watch Howl from Beyond the Fog.
It's the moral of the story. And also, it is a very fast movie to watch, so you don't even need...
Again, it's half... You know what? I have the Blu-ray right here because Brian brought it back for me. Where's the runtime on here? Does it even say?
It was probably about 40 minutes, I want to say.
All right, well, it says 70 minutes, including extras. That's all it says.
Okay.
But that's including extras, and I will say the behind-the-scenes featurette, which is the only extra, is longer than the movie itself. So take from that what you will.
Yeah. So definitely buy it. Definitely watch it. You don't need a whole lot of time.
You don't.
It's great.
It is.
It's great.
All right.
I give it a 4 out of 4.
4 out of... Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting scoring.
5 out of 5.
Okay.
I don't know. It was really good. If you don't like puppets, it may scare you.
What was that like that meme from a couple years ago where the guy had like this weird scoring of it was like 4 out of 7?
Yeah, it was 4 out of 7. I give it a 4 out of 7 because there's no like.
And it was some movie that was like really really good too. It was like some Chris Nolan film, like Inception or something.
Yeah, I think it was that. I said 4 out of 4 because there's no middle ground. There's no like 3.
No, fair enough. Okay,
yeah, you gotta go either it's mostly bad or mostly good.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll take that.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to our segment, What Cool New Kaiju Thing Have You Been Checking Out Right Now? Brian, what cool new kaiju thing have you been checking out right now, even though you said it at the top of the episode?
Top of the episode? Not
top of the hour.
Top of the hour. No, not new.
Top of the morning.
Very much existing, and I said I was going to try it again on the last episode. I said that I was going to try out Godzilla PS4. I tried it. It is just as disappointing as I remember.
So how long did you play it for, out of curiosity?
I played through it twice with like the go ashore thing, which is just like the main story mode where you play as Godzilla. It was real lame. Like the I don't know what it is, because honestly the controls are not bad. movement is not bad, but the objectives and the fights and everything you're doing really is super boring. Literally all you have to do is destroy every building in the zone, kill whatever.
No, not only every building. You got to destroy like everything, like helicopters and planes and trees even.
Yep.
And then of course you get to near the end and the time's almost up and you're like, where is this last goddamn tree?
Yeah.
You can have a single tree left over in the entire stage and it will be impossible to spot.
Yep. Yeah. It was really boring. I can't really speak to the rest of the modes because there's a couple more modes, but I doubt that they're that much different.
Well, I know one of the modes is just the same as the story mode, but you can just play as a different monster.
Yeah.
And then there's the multiplayer, which apparently still has people playing it.
I played the multiplayer a bunch with people, like randoms. Not this time around playing it, but back when it came out. And I remember I actually streamed it on Twitch for a little bit.
Really?
and I actually had like 20 people watching.
Oh, dang.
It's just not. It's nothing special. It is so disappointing to me because
hold on, I'm going to stop you there because I got a great idea.
What?
All right, here's what we're going to do, people. You add us on Twitter or Facebook, and we will set up a multiplayer match with you because it's a 3-player mode. So me, Brian, and whoever wants to play us.
Okay.
If you beat us, you can come on the show.
Oh.
We can have you call in and you can come on Talking Toku and we can talk about whatever you like, but you got to take both me and Brian down in Godzilla PS4.
You just missed a prime opportunity to hit them with a 1v1 me scrub.
But it won't be 1v1, it'll be 2v1.
Yeah, but if it's like a 1v1, like you just like leave me out of it until they win or lose, and then whoever the winner is.
I think you can only do 3-way.
Oh.
I don't think you can do 1v1 in the game. I could be wrong. I haven't touched it in years.
I'm pretty sure there's a 1v1 mode.
We'll have to check.
Fairly certain.
But yeah, if you guys let us know. We'll set up a time.
Sure.
We'll
I mean that game is very far away from my PlayStation at this point.
Same here, but it'll be funny.
But to wrap up my thoughts on it, man, is it disappointing. They could have made it so much cooler.
And to think they charged a full $60 for this.
And for anyone who doesn't know, it is expensive to buy now.
It is.
It is.
We talked about this last time. They
for anyone
stopped
who
making it.
Missed the Rampage episode. Go back and watch it or listen to it.
Yeah, the discs are out of print. It's delisted from the PlayStation Store, so you really can't. And actually, I don't know if you saw this. Matt McMuscles actually did a really good video on it a couple weeks ago. For his What Happened series.
What happened?
What happened?
That is my thoughts exactly after finishing the game.
Yeah, no, it's like the series is all about like games that had games and or movies that had tumultuous development cycles.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
It's really interesting.
Send me the link to that.
Yeah, I will for sure. But
yeah, I remember it coming out. And I was excited about it because the trailer
it's a
for
Godzilla video game.
The trailer
Why wouldn't
for
we be
it
excited?
Was really cool.
It was.
And
be the OG, Brian.
Yeah, I got it. And
still the stupidest tagline. Be the OG.
And that's on the trailer or not the trailer, the
big poster.
The big poster that GameStop gives you if you pre-order it. No, but I remember getting it and man, just being so disappointed after playing through it. The story for the game is so dumb. It's literally just, he's attacking generators.
Yeah.
Because he gets big from it. And then after you destroy all the generators, you're so big that you turn into Burning Godzilla. And then you fight Godzilla 2014.
Yeah.
At the end of the game. And man, that does not make any sense.
I mean...
Does
it need to make sense?
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It the whole point of the game is just get big.
Get big.
Get big. It is like the most boring thing ever. And if you get big enough, every other fight in the game, you just roll them.
Yeah.
They're the only monster in that game that put the fear of God in me is Batra.
Oh my God.
Batra stun locks you.
Batra stun locks you
so hard and will like beat you because he will keep stun locking you and you will not be able to get out of it.
I remember I tried. So one of the earlier monsters you can fight is the larval version of Mothra.
Yep.
And I was playing the mode where you can choose whatever monster you want to play as. So I was playing as Batra. Mothra larva. So Batra is a flying character. Mothra larva, very close to the ground. My attacks were not hitting Mothra. So I couldn't do anything. I just could not do a single damn thing against Mothra. I'm like, well, guess I'm not playing this game anytime soon.
That is the sign of a not very well thought out game.
It's really not.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Yeah. That it's just not good. Don't play it. If you have it, don't play it. Sit on it and wait for the prices to be good so you can sell your copy.
Yeah.
Man. So disappointing. I really hope that we get a good game at some point, but this is not it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know when we'll get a new Godzilla game.
Like I like Godzilla Unleashed on the Wii. That is much better than this.
Even though the controls
were terrible. They were miserable, but at least that game was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's been over the past couple of years, people have been like trying to get Atari to do like a remaster of those 3 games.
I would be super down.
So would I. I never actually played Save the Earth, and Save the Earth seems to be the one people like the most.
Yeah, I've heard very much the same. I'm not really one who's like always asking for remasters of stuff, except for your Resident Evil. But I am down for, if you're not going to make a new game, I am down for remastered old ones. That's my stance on it. That's my Brian stance on it.
That's the Brian Big Brain moment of the episode.
Yep, we made it. Yep.
There we go.
That was a large buildup.
Yeah.
But yeah, my review of Godzilla PS4 is it's probably like a 1.
1.
It's a 1.
1 out of 4, 1 out of 5.
1 out of 4.
Okay.
That's my new scaling system.
From now on, it would be 1 out of, it would be out of 4.
My new judgment system, because then I can't be the dude who picks the middle ground. I have to choose either mostly good or mostly bad.
All right, I'll take it. As for what cool new kaiju thing I've been checking out recently, I was able to pick up a copy of Kingdom Kong, which is one of 2 prequel graphic novels to Godzilla vs. Kong. Kind of happy I was able to find Kingdom Kong because apparently Godzilla Dominion is not that good. But Kingdom Kong is very, very good. It's by the same team who did the Skull Island, The Birth of Kong tie-in comic for Kong Skull Island.
I heard that was good.
It is very good. The
I
art
heard it was violent too.
It is pretty violent.
Yeah.
This one not so much, but it does get kind of dark. It actually kind of deals with some darker themes that I wish we could have gotten in Godzilla vs. Kong, but well. But no, so there's this new Titan, Camazotz, the giant death bat thing, and it's really cool. And essentially the main character, Lieutenant Burns, I think her name is. I guess she had encountered Camazotz a number of years ago, and she kind of froze in battle, and her entire squad of fighter pilots all died except for one of her like best friends, and she's just in the hospital comatose. And she very, very clearly suffers PTSD from the event. Like she has to kill one of the mother Longlegs on Skull Island, and she breaks down after doing it. Like she throws up and is just not okay.
Ugh.
And she's having constant nightmares of reliving the events of fighting Camazotz. And then of course Camazotz resurfaces and she's like, oh God, how am I going to do this? It's really, really cool. And it's something I wish we could see in more kaiju movies, not just comic books.
Yeah.
because it's a really interesting, it's a really interesting plot development and character arcs.
I hate those mother long legs, dude.
Oh man, they're cool. I like them.
I hate them so much. That scene in Kong Skull Island where it stabs the dude.
The cannibal Holocaust scene.
Yeah, it stabs dude through the mouth. No, thank you, dude.
I'm shocked. Jordan Vogt-Roberts, 4 for 4, 5,
5 for 5.
5 for 5.
We're a little late today.
It's okay. It's as long as we got it in. But the fact that Jordan Vogt-Roberts is able to get a cannibal Holocaust reference in a Hollywood production is incredible.
I bet he snuck it in there.
I mean, that's like the most well-known thing from Cannibal Holocaust, aside from the levels of animal cruelty in the film.
Well, I mean, maybe he was just trying to start a little bit of a controversy, and
Maybe.
we all know that controversy is the best way to get people to watch your
And
movie.
then it really didn't even make a controversy though.
Yeah.
So
But how many movies do you know purposefully make controversy only to not actually be that controversial
a
and
lot,
have
quite a lot,
and
quite a
have a
lot.
lot of people watch it just for the
Yeah.
controversy?
good point.
Yeah. Marketing 101.
But yeah, Kingdom Kong is great. The art's really great, and they got Art Adams to do the cover art, which is really cool because he doesn't do a whole lot of kaiju stuff, but when he does, it's so good. He did a lot of the covers for the old Dark Horse Godzilla comics in the 90s, which I really would like to revisit because I remember them being really cool.
Are they on Comixology?
I don't know actually. Probably.
You check it out.
I should. We should do an episode on Godzilla comics. I'd love to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Just have to finish the comic book that you actually gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will this week.
Finish. You didn't even start. I have the second issue, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? I will read it. I've been very busy.
Okay.
I have been a very busy dude.
A very busy Brian.
Yeah, being sick and being away.
Okay. All right.
So I have not had time. Sorry.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt this time. You're on thin ice.
Blame COVID.
Blame COVID? Okay.
It's definitely not because I'm flaky now or flaky before.
No, not at all.
No.
It's just the pandemic. That's all.
No, yeah, just the pandemic, not me.
Okay. Well, I don't know exactly what we're going to be covering next week. It might be a movie. It might be a different movie.
I don't know. Thought we talked about this.
I don't know. I think it'll be that movie.
All right, we're gonna leave it a surprise.
We're gonna leave. I think we should leave it as a surprise. We should just tease it every week just to keep people guessing.
Okay. Well, I did kind of tease it earlier.
You did, but we didn't say the title of it.
No, we did not say the
didn't,
title.
So, but
I think we may have said the title in a past episode.
yeah, we definitely did.
Yeah.
But people aren't gonna remember.
Nah.
You're gonna have to go listen to the last 5 episodes to see which one we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
hey, do it. Get our listenership up, please.
Yeah, recommend it to your friends and comb through the episodes to find the
Yeah.
references.
To find the trail of breadcrumbs we've left.
Yeah. We're starting to set up the Talking Toku cinematic universe.
which includes our tournament for Godzilla PS4.
Oh yeah, yep. When is Josh or not Josh? Jay coming back?
That's a good question. I haven't seen him since that day.
Because he's got to come back for the universe.
Yeah, he does.
He's got to be consistent.
He's got to get his spin-off podcast going.
Oh, what's that gonna be on?
I don't know.
Just like Monsters, but small.
Yeah, I guess. Could be all about like the Universal monster movies.
Yeah. Today we're covering the Mummy.
Here's the thing though, like this is probably going to be a controversial opinion, like question for some more purist fans, but like, would you consider something like Alien Tokusatsu?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, cool.
Yeah. Listen, I just like monster movies. It doesn't matter how big they are.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think if it's scary and like at least larger than an average human, it's a giant monster. Giant monster for me.
Given the amount of miniatures Alien uses, I would actually definitely say that's Tokusatsu.
And then you got the Alien Queen. She's huge.
Yeah.
She's huge.
She's kind of a kaiju.
Yeah. She's a thick kaiju.
She's actually very skinny.
Yeah, I know. But her head is thick.
Her head's big, yeah. All right.
All right, I'm done talking about Alien.
I think we're done talking in general for today.
We've run out of topics.
We run out of topics. Tune in next time to hear us talk about another kaiju movie that's good.
Yeah,
that's the tease.
We're gonna
it's
leave
just a good movie.
We're gonna leave it there so you
it's a good movie, but it's, you know what? I'll give you this. It's deep. It's a very deep film.
Yeah, and I think it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on either Amazon or Hulu. I can never remember which.
Yeah,
might even be both.
Maybe, I don't know. One of the two.
Yeah,
just comb through there for any kaiju movies.
Yeah, good luck. Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I might put this somewhere else, like maybe in the news segment, but we'll see. Do you see Ape versus Monster came out? The Asylum's version of Godzilla versus Kong?
I did. I did see that. I saw it pop up on my news feed and I was like, oh God.
One of the guys I follow on Twitter, he edited together all the fight scenes. It's about like 3 minutes.
Of course it is.
That's how long the titular fight between Ape versus Monster is.
And
apparently the last shot of the film is a really poorly green screened shot of like a canyon, and the ape is just beating his chest. And like the way it's shot, like the canyon's way bigger than the ape, so he looks really small. So he's like right in the center of the screen, just there. And he's beating his chest, and it just fades to black.
I kind of want that shot as like my desktop background.
So do I.
I want to. Can you send that to me?
Yeah,
I'm gonna take it.
I can try to find it,
and I'm gonna screenshot it and make it my. I'll make it my Twitter profile so everyone knows who I am.
You know what? Maybe our next episode will be on Ape versus Monster.
Maybe. Or the first post COVID vaccination hangout is going to be watching Ape versus Monster.
It could be. Oh God!
Because for the audience, if we even leave this in, the last movie Dave and I watched together was Underwater.
It was
Underwater back in January
of last year.
January 2020. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, unless you count Joss Whedon's Justice League, which we watched on Discord.
Yeah, we watched that on Discord, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah. Also, because I want to forget that we did that.
that's what we drank during that. That's why. So we could forget. But all right, we should stop rambling now.
Yep.
I'd just like to give a little tease as to something that's coming up soon. We might have a new visual design coming soon.
Yeah, keep an eye
out. I've shown a couple of people the preliminary sketches.
Looks good.
It looks very, very good. I cannot wait to see the final product. Might be a little not as good because you know what? Let me read you the message the guy sent me. Did I tell you about this?
No.
Oh, this is good. Hold on. This was a couple of days ago too. So I don't know how much has happened since, but so she sent me the sketch and we talked a little bit about it, and he said, so any concerns / changes here? If not, I'll jump right on the pencil stage. I have had tequila, so it will be awful, but that's not on me. That's your fault.
Oh boy.
And I said, I gave him some suggestions, and I said, other than that, feel free to get right on. He says, got it, I'm off to the races, but first, more tequila.
Hold on. Can you message him and ask him to add Godzilla holding a tequila in there?
No.
It's a shot of tequila.
I'm not going to do that.
Or like a margarita.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, that would be so cool.
It would be funny.
So good. I'm just going to draw one myself. It'll be a really bad, like, pencil. Like,
all right, cool.
Like a stick figure.
But yeah, we might have something new soon. I'm not gonna. We'll set up a Patreon.
No.
And if you donate us $50 a month, you can see the sketch.
No.
No, that'll be what we'll only have one tier on Patreon. It's $50 or nothing.
It's $50 and the only benefit is see art.
See this one sketch and nothing else.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
And it'll be, you can see this one sketch and you'll know what the topic is the day before we record and no earlier.
Okay. Man, that's so lame.
We have good ideas here, Brian.
No.
We have good ideas here.
Let's end this before it gets too stupid, please.
Okay. Once again, this has been Talking Toku, Boston's only podcast about Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman, and all their kaiju friends. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, both at Talking Toku. I am your host, David Scrivani.
And I am your co-host, Brian Kershaw.
We will see you guys next time.